This is a test of the Boundary Park alert system. Hello and welcome to the Latics Football Phone-In with me, Matt Dean. I am waiting for Dave, my sexy partner, who is currently on parental duties, but he's going to be joining us online, hopefully in about 15 minutes or so. So until then, I'm delighted to say that there is a caller waiting in the green room who I'm going to bring in a second. So that's good news. And I think it's a first-time caller. So I'll just say the old usual housekeeping. Hello, Bob. Hope you're all right. Give us a comment if you're watching, whoever you are, wherever you are. I know some of you tune in from around the world. So don't be shy. Get in touch. What's the story now? So we didn't do a phone in last week because we couldn't make it. That was off the back of Rochdale, wasn't it? And Halifax. So we've been on that little run at home, 7 points out of the last 9. I'm pretty happy with that. Gary, I've just explained Sexy Penis David. He's never been called Sexy Penis David. I don't know if you have a group or something that you're in with him, but he's on his way. He'll be joining us shortly, but he won't be here because in the house. He'll be online. He just texted me actually. Let's have a look, see what he's saying. Also from Northern Ireland, Alan Ferguson from Northern Ireland. Hello, Alan. Yeah. Oh, Bob's going to Southend tomorrow morning. So that's good. Yeah. So yeah. Hello, James. Hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Right. So I think that this might be Eddie's cousin. I'm going to find out now. Hello.
Hi, you're right.
Yeah, you?
Yeah, not too bad, mate.
Are you Eddie's cousin?
I certainly am, yeah.
Yeah, he said you wanted to come on the pod. I said, I was chatting to him today. So get into phone in tonight, and here you are.
Yeah,
Millsy, welcome to the show.
Cheers.
How's it going?
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Are you happy?
What with
As a,
the Latics?
as a Latics fan?
I picked up a little bit since Barnet. Sorry, yeah, I wasn't very happy after Barnet. I must admit, I spat me dummy out. I put it all over me social that I wanted Mellon out after Barnet. I think I just had enough at that point, but yeah, it's I don't know what to say. Have I come around? I don't know. I think I don't like his football. I'll be honest, but when we're on it, we are a very effective team. We are a very effective team. Like, we're good in the transition. We can press the opposition in their half. But I don't see we don't create many chances. Even against Halifax, we dominated the game. But how many times did we really test their keeper?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think if we don't go up this season, I'm still in the camp that he's got to go. I think I maybe went a bit too early after Barnet. I was calling for his head there and then, but no, I think he's probably deserved the right to get us up. And then if he gets us up, let's just review it again in the summer. If he doesn't, yeah, for me, I do think Mellon's got to go.
It was. I mean, the thing is, it was a difficult period. January and February and summer March. It was. The football wasn't good. The results weren't good. It was a struggle, and it did feel like we were losing all that momentum that we'd gathered before Christmas. So I do understand people's frustrations and worries. Our default mode as a fan base is doom and gloom in it, and everything's about to go wrong because everything usually does go wrong, and we don't get any success. So I do get it.
I was one of the last, like when Unsworth was in charge. I think I might have been one of the last who wanted him sacked. I mean, I was backing him in the pre-season, and then for the first sort of 5 or 6 games, and it was only them last 2 or 3 games before he got sacked where I actually said, no, right, I'm done with him now. And I think, with what's happened in January, with this January just gone with Oldham, it's just looked like, to me, it looked like a carbon copy of last season. And I'm thinking, we're making the same mistakes here. How is it we get to January and the wheels come off again? And and this season, where I was thinking, all right, we'll give you the benefit of the doubt last season because you only came in, halfway through the season. You're getting your own players in, your own team together, and your own style of play. So yeah, last season is what it is. And we had a horrible end to the end of last season. And then and then you're looking at it January, you're thinking, all right, we've lost Stones, we lost Clucas, but and Conlon, which are three big players, but we bought in Pet, we bought in Rossiter, we bought in Waters, and you're thinking, we're not, how many wins did we pick up? 2 in January, February.
I think then the wins and the performances started to improve when Pet, Rossiter started to come in and bed into the side, didn't they? I mean, it still wasn't great. I think was I'm forgetting when exactly they came in, but like, I mean, did you hear the comment that he said in his post match interview about building 3 teams now this season, and that's true. I mean, he had.
Yeah.
The thing is, I'm trying to be positive about the fact that we've got this team that we've got now is strong enough and can go on and can still improve over the next 6-7 games.
I think the team, we have got some great players, and I think we've got a team that can get promoted. I think even the tactics, people don't like the melon ball. Even the tactics, they don't. Like I said, we're effective. We're not pretty on the eye, but we are effective. Like I said, we look to sort of press high, win the ball back in their area. If we don't really, I wouldn't say really build from the back. We might pass it along the lines and then look for the long diag, or look for the ball up to the striker and then play off, and try and get win the first ball. We're not a Gateshead or an Altrincham. We're not pretty. We're not easy on the eye, and we don't create a lot of chances. But chances are, when we do create a chance, our forwards are usually good enough to put them away.
But the thing is, we're above both those teams in the league, aren't we? And we're also, I mean, a lot of people were sort of eulogising about Rochdale and how good they were when they played us. In to be fair, in their cup final, biggest game of the season for them at Boundary Park, and they looked all right, but like they've only taken 1 point of us in 2 games, and they've been on a shocking run as well of late. So I think it's. I mean, this is some. I think I agree with this. What I've learned is not to be so reactive to a result. Back Melly will get us up. I think he might get us up. There's no guarantees of anything, but I think he's got the experience coming into the business end, and I think that's really important.
I definitely said, look, I'm here to be proven wrong. And I'll be you'd be no happier Oldham fan than me if we go up and Mellon says, "Sod off, you idiot! You don't know what you're talking about." I'll take it on the chin all day long. I'm not. I hope he does prove me wrong. I've just, that January was, and it wasn't just one result. And I'm not usually like a reactive person of just one bad result. When was it? Who did we lose to early in the season at home? But Solihull, where we just lost 3-1, and we just didn't turn up that day.
Yeah.
I wasn't calling for Mellon's head then. I just thought it's just one of them days at the office. But in January, the football was, I mean, it was bad. And then again, and even like then the other week, was it earlier this month or was it back in February? We played Boston, and then we drew 0-0 there. They should have beaten us. I mean, they had a perfectly good goal disallowed.
Yeah.
And that was a horrible performance. And then Barnet, I mean, second half at Barnet was that we made them look like prime Barcelona. We just couldn't get near them.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, but the first half, you're thinking, oh, we're all right. We're in it 0-0. We're competing. We're not really creating anything, but we're in the match. And then second half, it's just like, I don't know, we just fell to pieces. York early this season wasn't a good. I mean, we got big tests coming up. We've got York away, we've got the Southend away this weekend. We've got York away and Forest Green away. I mean, if we can get results all three of them places, I'd be saying, well, maybe I've jumped the gun a bit too soon, and and maybe it was just a case of getting the players bedded in and used to each other. But I don't know. Let's see. I fancy us this weekend actually, though.
They are. I mean, look, they are tough results. They are tough run-ins. They are tough games. But Southend got beat 3-0 by Boston, who actually, to be fair to them, have hit a bit of form, haven't they? And are making a claim for their place in this division next season.
Yeah.
But when you look, I mean, obviously Barnet, they've got the elusive 5 green ticks as it stands. Last 5 games. But the teams up the top, there's not a lot of people that are doing very well. In fact, we're unbeaten in the last 5 with 2 wins and 3 draws, and that's pretty much as good as it gets outside of everybody else in the top 7. Do you know what I mean? So our form is second best after Barnet in the last 7 games. So we are starting to grind out the results and starting to get some performances going again. I agree with you. Like against Halifax, I don't think we've created. We were creating enough chances against a side who were very poor on the day, the Halifax team. But I now have faith going into the end of the season. Now that Norwood's back, now that we've got Harrott, we've got Fondop, we've got Waters, who were all. The thing is with all
Condon.
4 of those.
Get Condon back for me.
But in terms of
he's made a massive difference.
Absolutely, but in terms of the strikers, as we've got Garner as well. So but they're all very different as well. You're not like looking at the bench and going, right, well, I'm going to chuck him on but he's just like him, or he's just like him. How are you going to change it? So there are options now in the striking. Now, all right, Garner, Waters, they're not the most prolific, but Fondop's on fire this season for goals. You know that you can chuck him on; he's going to cause chaos. Harrott and Norwood, I'm sure Norwood's going to come up with an important goal soon. I'm feeling pretty positive now.
Let me ask you about Norwood and Harrott against Halifax. What did you think of their? I thought you could see the very, very early signs of some blossoming there. I just looked. It looked like Norwood was enjoying himself. It looked like he was enjoying playing with Harrott. He had a bit of fire in his belly. He looked up for it to me on Saturday just gone.
He worked really, really hard, and him and Harrott were constantly distracting the defender. The problem was we didn't get enough balls through to them for them to get on the end of. But they will make the runs, and I think our midfield have got to take chances trying to find them. And we've got to get the ball to the midfielders so that they can play those balls through rather than keep humping it over the top, because they are intelligent footballers and they do make good runs. And there's no doubt that the likes of Conlon and Pett and Lundstrom, when he's in the side, can pick a pass out. They can find them, and I think that's we've got to be able to mix it up. We've got to be able to do the dirty thing. Sometimes you've got to. I think what we can do is you can draw teams into a bit of a scrap, especially the footballing teams who don't want to be in a scrap, who want to be playing the football. We can do that. We can mix it up. And I think, like you mentioned, the fixtures that we've got, I'm sticking with this, taking 4 points off teams. So I think we need to beat Southend and take 4 points off them this season. I think then we've got to get a good result against York because they've beaten us once already this season. So I think it's going to be a tough ask, but I'd love to go there and win. And then Forest Green not get beat, although ideally we'd beat them because that would reduce
their forms. It's a little bit of a rocky patch recently. I'm looking at them and thinking, do you know what? Because I think playoffs are done. I will look to 10 points ahead of we. From 8th, and they've played the same amount of games as us. So I think playoffs, barring catastrophe, will be in the playoffs. So
I'm pretty confident that's
playoffs. So with the pressure off that you're in the playoffs, as good as start looking up. Can we get? Because all right, we can't go up as automatic. Barnet, I think we're 22 points behind with 21 left to play for.
Yeah, they might
win the league. But we could finish second. We could finish third. Now it would take a lot. It'd take a big ass to finish second. But let's start chipping away at third. We can go to Forest Green and win. That's only 3 points. We're only 3 points behind them. They can slip 100%,
up. 100%. And that's what they've got to be looking at now. That's got to be the ambition at this stage now. They've done the hard work, which is
it's one less game.
Be in the mix at this stage of the season. It's a long, hard season. We've had loads of injuries and all that. But now you're in the absolute home straight, and third place is on. And I don't think it's acceptable to go for anything else. And I'm sure that that's what the club will want. I'm sure that's what the manager and the players will want. Have a bit of a break, rest up a bit, get people back up to fitness, a big home draw in front of a big home crowd, and it's just one game from Wembley. So that has
Yeah,
got to be the aim now. That's got to be the
absolutely.
aim. That
Yeah.
sounds so good, doesn't it? It sound so good to be able to say one game from Wembley. I mean, 2 games from Wembley sounds pretty brilliant, but you know that it's going to be a lot tougher to win 2 games.
You might know the answer
So,
to this, Matt. So obviously, second and third, and then they sort of get a bite to what is essentially the semi-final,
yeah,
and then fourth would play seventh, and fifth would play sixth.
yeah.
The winner of fourth and sixth play second, or would they play third?
I'm not sure which way around it is off the top of my head, to be honest, but I would imagine the way it usually works is the lower ranked, the one of the lowest ranked plays the higher ranked, doesn't it? So
So it depends who goes through.
I'm not sure. I'm not. Well, it's already been. It's already been. I've got it on my phone here somewhere. It says which way around it is. But the thing is, at this stage, we don't know who's going to be who and who's
No, but
going
I
to
was
be
just
finishing where,
thinking,
do we? So
if we got third, say York second, we got third, Forest Green fourth. I think that those three teams, ourselves, Forest Green and York, are the three strongest in the playoffs by a country mile, I think.
yeah,
And I would fancy us easily against anybody else in there.
yeah,
A Halifax, Rochdale,
yeah.
Southend if they make it. So, with that said, I think if we get a kind enough draw as well, it could be that if we finish third, Forest Green could play. I don't know. Let's say seventh place Halifax. And they go through and they end up. It could be a semi final of York, Forest Green, and we could play the winner of Gateshead versus Rochdale or something.
Look,
You know what I
to be
mean?
honest with you, I'm
We
really
just
not
could have a
bothered.
really kind draw to the final.
Yeah, I'm not bothered. Once you get in there, it's going to be tough. You're not going to get an easy game in the playoffs, I don't think. And you've just got to be there, haven't you? And I just think that Boundary Park full we've not because that's the other thing. I mean, I had this chat with Dave on the podcast. Like, would you rather have the home game or the away game? For me, I think for the fans as much as anything, there's not going to be massive away allocation to any of the games.
No,
Like we want to play at home so that more fans can experience it, more fans can be at a playoff semi-final and enjoy the atmosphere and get
yeah.
behind the
I
team.
mean,
And I'd rather
I'm
that.
genuinely a believer in that. So I think somebody else said it on Twitter or whatever that away allocations, because I'm a bit disappointed. I'm a bit gutted. I'm not a season ticket. I had a season ticket last season. Didn't think I could make that many games this season. As it is, I've only actually missed 2 home games all season so far. But I'm a bit gutted not to be able to get a York ticket. Obviously, they go on sale to season ticket holders first, and people say, "Well, that's the right thing to do." But I think if you go to away games week in week, if you're, and I'm not, don't get me wrong, I'm not one of these, but I think the first priority should be lads who are going down Eastleigh on a Tuesday night, who when season ticket holders or thingy aren't bothering. Lads who are making trips, going to every away game or most away games. It should be like a cap thing, like England used to do, or it still might do it, I think. But
It's just how that's facilitated, isn't it? Really, I
yeah,
don't know how you go about doing something like that. But yeah, look, I mean, and ultimately, that's not going to be a massive cohort of the fans either, is it? There's not going to
no,
be,
that's
it's
if
going
we
to be a
got
few
your,
hundred
you give us
maybe.
1,500 this time around. But like I said, if you get him in the playoffs, would you just give us 1,500 again? I mean, we
Yeah,
didn't give them that many.
pretty sure they would. Yeah, I mean,
That's
I
what
don't
I
think
mean.
they've got. I don't know if they've got. I don't know if they've got the capacity to give us any more. To be honest with you, it's not that big a stadium. It's brand new. It's nice and everything, but like the
Was it
away stand, the
9,000?
north stand behind the goal is not very big.
Yeah, so about
So
9,000, is it?
yeah, probably I would have said I don't know what it is, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was
So, but that's
around
what I
that.
mean. So, personally, I prefer the games at home if we can get into the playoffs. Getting at home. My only worry is we seem to have a bit of a jinx, don't we, in front of big crowds. We ever do cheap, get in for heavily discounted prices, and I had a couple of thousand extra onto gate, and all of a sudden, players seem to freeze.
We have had problems with that in recent times, but think also the thing is with the playoff, it's a cup game, especially in this league because it's a one-off game. And we've had some magical cup nights and cup days at Boundary Park, and it's a cup game, and I feel like the atmosphere will be different in that respect. I think as in a one-off game where it's a special game and everyone's got to get up for it, I don't think it'll be. I've just got a feeling that the atmosphere and the crowd will just be it'll be the 12th man, the 12th man at Boundary Park. I really, really want that third place finish. I really want to get in there and get that one game from Wembley, go in there at home, and whoever it is, make an absolute racket at Boundary Park and just bloody, however, by hook or by crook, get to that final.
Would it be a night game as well? I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be a night game. Yeah.
Well, even better, 100 lights as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, it'd be special, and that's what we want. Like 8,500 capacity at York. Thanks for that, Graham. So like our ground is what 13,500, and obviously we don't know who's going to be coming, how many fans they'll bring, but the main thing is that
I think if we get a home leg at the playoffs, it doesn't really matter who it, forget away allocations. I think we would have probably 7,000 to 8,000 Oldham alone, and then obviously you're away fans, so you could be having a gate of 10,000 if you get the right team coming up.
I think I'd be disappointed if we had less than 10,000 whoever we played. To be honest with you, I think it's a massive game, and I don't think people are going to want to miss it. I think everyone wants that big game, that big occasion. So it's just nice to look. I mean,
well, last time we were having this conversation, I mean, 20 years ago.
20 years ago, yeah. Well, not nearly 20 years ago, coming up to 20 years ago. And that's the thing. And look, it's not been pretty. It's not been convincing at times either. But we are where we need to be, and we're going into the playoffs, and it's all a step in the right direction. Like I kind of write off last season and the season before as transitional, really. I think it was disappointing with Unsworth, and obviously last season was a huge disappointment as well. But having said that, now we're kicking on, and like I said, it's an interesting debate for whether or not Mellon should stay if we don't go up. I would personally like us to have a manager see out his contract. I'd like to think that he would know how to get us up out of this division next season. I'm saying that because I want to be supportive of the manager. If the club decides to bring somebody else in, if we don't go up, then that's up to the club, and I'll get behind that next man.
If we didn't go up, because if we didn't go up and we got beat in the playoffs, you could still argue we've had a good season. It's just, do we want to risk, Mickey Mellon and his team? So I know it's not Mickey Mellon just himself, but do we want to risk Mickey Mellon and his team and the head of recruitment there, them essentially having another full budget, a full summer budget to reshape the squad, and then if it didn't work again, and then because if it doesn't look like it's working, full well fans will be literally screaming for his head by Christmas if we got off to a bad start.
The problem is it's having to start all over again, isn't it? You are just having to bring in all that new stuff, and how
you started again in the summer. Was that not be better than?
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, that's the argument for me personally. I'd say, right, the manager's got us into this position. Can he do better next season?
Can he finish the job?
Can he bring in better players? I'd like to think that he will know from where we are now what's needed next season. Now, look, you might, like you say, it might be right, you might be wrong. The board have to make a decision on it, but I think that.
I also think. Sorry to interrupt there,
right.
But also I just wanted to make sure this was clear and added on. It's not. I also don't think that all of the blame for the blip in January and the shoddy football in February, not all of that lands at Mickey Mellon's feet, by the way. I really don't. It's not solely down to him. I appreciate we've had injuries and we lost some players. I think recruitment could have been better. I think the players have to take a bit of responsibility ultimately.
Yeah,
some of them have to look at themselves.
Yeah.
Performances, we know because we've seen it before Christmas how good some people were, and then all of a sudden, like Ogle, I mean, he looked like he looked like a bloody Maldini after Christmas. He looked lost. Looked like he couldn't defend. Now, I don't know if he's been playing with a knock or what. Obviously, he's just missed the last game, hasn't he? So I don't know if he's been playing with a knock. It's again with Manny just before he got injured. He looked like he'd just gone off the boil a bit.
Yeah.
Again, I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah. Look, I mean, even like that game at Hartlepool, even Manny had a bad game. Everyone was so poor. It just, it was, it. There's a lot that goes on. I think we are quick to blame. The manager's always going to be getting the one who's going to get the stick at the end of the day. But it is a group effort. It's a team effort, and they're building something at the club, and they are moving in the right direction. I think you have to be careful. It's dead easy for fans to shout, "Sack him, sack him, sack him." But you've got to. There are a lot of things that need to be done, and people that need to be recruited, and things that need to happen. And it's much better to go into next season, in my opinion, with the same manager, get on with it. For the manager making plans now for next season, rather than having to, wait until the playoff finals on the 1st of June. So if we don't go, we get knocked out in the final, then you're already in June, and you've got to start then on that whole process again. I think it's disruptive. I don't think there's any point in it. Your manager's got a contract until the end of next season. So for me, whatever happens, he's got us in the playoffs. Give him a go next season if we don't go up, and have a bit of belief that the manager can turn it around, and that the club will have assessed what they need to assess, and they'll bring in the right types of players for next season. I know that a lot of fans will disagree with that. If you disagree with that, by the way, please call in, because we do need more callers. I've got Ibby waiting. I don't know where Dave is. He did pop up on the thing before, but then he disappeared. But yeah, I mean, here's a valid point. He lost his mojo when he lost his mullet. He something went wrong. It did. So hopefully he'll grow that back for the playoff final. But your cousin's chipping in here, Millsy. Can't sack a manager after our best finish in nearly 20 years.
Well, you would say that, wouldn't
he? He has. So yeah,
I'll tell you what, Eddie, you didn't go to Barnet at home, though, mate. That's as poor as I've seen as that. It was like one of them where I said it after the game, and I probably said it a bit in anger. Because it was a sacking there. Like, I was like, sacking now, not wait to end. I was like, sacking now, salvage our season, get some. But I said, by the time we played a couple of games, I've gone to all the home games since. I'm a bit calmed down a bit. Right. I've just overreacted to that one result, but that is because that's as poor as I've seen us play this season at home.
Well, this is why you need to have level heads on the board. This is why, there is an argument where people were, we want more fans involved in football and things like that. But fans react like fans, don't they, to things, rather than acting like, you've got to make, what do you do there? You bring another manager in, and he has a poor start. What do you do then? People say things like salvage the season. Well, it's only salvages the season if what you do actually works. So it could get worse. So, you've got to trust him. You've got a really experienced manager. All right, it's not everyone's cup of tea in the way that for whatever reason, and that's always going to be the case. You're always going to have people in a fan base that like the manager, that like the style of football, that don't like it, whatever. So it's always going to be a bit of a mixed bag. But he's got the credentials. He's got the team into 4th place as it stands, and he's the right man to go into this period of the season, because he's been there and he's done it, and hopefully that experience will pay off now.
Yeah, I think one of the things he definitely seems to have learned from last season for me as well is the discipline of the team. I look back last year, we had quite a few silly sending offs. A lot of players getting booked. And this season it's been better. We're still getting, picking up a few bookings here and there, but it's nowhere near as many. And I don't recall, so I probably am wrong, but I don't recall having anybody sent off this season.
Well, even Mike Fondop's not been sent off this season, I don't think, has he?
Which is a miracle in itself.
And you know what? That has been something that we have mentioned it, but he does need a lot of credit for it, because especially for the amount of stick he gets, game after game after game, and within each game, he has been really good with his temperament this season. He's not lost his temper. He's not reacted. And I think he deserves a lot of credit. And look, Alan's made a great point, and I've been saying this about the likes of Chesterfield, Notts County, Wrexham. they've all failed in the playoffs before they've got on and won the league. It's not a given that you just because you're the biggest club in the division and because you've got
But there's the thing. I
a
don't
good
think next
budget doesn't
season. I
mean
don't think we will be. I think with teams that are coming that look like they're coming down in more. I think Carlisle have got some investment. There's York. If they don't go up, I mean, they'll probably do a Wrexham and walk the league next season. They'll buy the way out the league. And then somebody else. I think Rochdale are getting investment. So are we gonna, from where we've had, I think, the second highest budget in the league this season, so we could be sort of downgraded to fourth or fifth.
But although the budget is important, it's not the be all and end all. It's because look at Barnet, look at some of the other teams that have got out of this division. You've got to be well organised. You've got to be well run, and you've got to gain momentum. You've got to have that momentum. Carlisle, yeah, they might have a big budget next year, but they're on a downward momentum. So there's lots of factors. It's not as easy as just sort of like saying, well, they've come down, they'll go back up, and all that, is it? Because it doesn't work that way. So
No, it
I
doesn't.
think the momentum now with Latics is going in the right direction. And sometimes I've said this before, you have to accept that you're going to have disappointment along the way, and that disappointment can actually help kick you on and give you the inspiration that you need. Right, Dave's here now. He's got his headphones on and that. He's all ready to bring him in. All right, Dave.
Sorry. You can blame the local Cubs/Beavers group, because me at 8:30, what time do they turn up at? 8:45. So, yeah.
Short of timekeeping, eh? Well, welcome, Dave. Welcome.
Yeah, well, you were talking about big disappointments, so I thought I'd just come in at the right time.
yeah.
Oh,
so yeah, but listen, I'll tell you,
what have we been talking about?
Millsy has played a blinder, to be honest with you. Just filling in, just keeping it ticking, keeping the phone ticking over. Talking about our aspirations now for the rest of the season. We believe, Dave. We believe. Do you believe?
No, not yet.
Oh, piss off.
Still, as I said, it's gonna York bank holiday Monday is when I'll start believing. That's the bank holiday belief will begin then.
To be fair, if we go and turn them over, I mean, that will, for confidence going into the playoffs, they will be crapping their pants at us. They will be thinking, oh no.
Like Forest Green away, it's probably an overnighter. If they travel down on the day, probably not. But if we beat York away, that's the kickstart for the playoff.
Yeah,
campaign.
I tell you what, though, the thing is, I'm looking forward to, and it's the last, apart from the playoffs, it's the last big away day of the season, isn't it? York's not too far, sold out away, and you can guarantee it's going to be a belter. The atmosphere is going to be fantastic. Our fans are going to go there, make a real point of being bloody noisy, and it's going to be really, really good. And it's the obvious things that come to mind are obviously Rochdale and like Chesterfield a few seasons ago, going in there and making a real racket. And I'm buzzing for it. I know that we're going to turn up as a fan base, and I know that when we turn up as a fan base on an away day, it can be a bit special. So I wouldn't write us off in that game. I certainly wouldn't write us off in that game. So hopefully you all got your, well, not you, not all. You didn't all get
keep Conlon fit, and we'll be okay. That's the key. Conlon's the key.
Yeah, wrap him in cotton wool.
Yeah,
100%.
Key and
right. Well, listen, Millsy, we've got a couple more callers now lined up. You you played an absolute blinder, mate. Thanks for getting in touch.
Yeah, no dramas. Right, you take care, boys.
All right, mate. All the best, pal. Thanks a lot.
Bye.
So you can rely on Millsy, Dave.
Well, if you rely on me, then you're in big trouble. Just ask my wife. We've been married
3 weeks.
Nearly 10 years.
Yeah. I hope you don't lean on her. You'll crush her. You big lump.
Crusher.
Oh, you know what? I did a presentation today, Dave, about talking about podcasting, and I was talking about.
Was I mentioned?
Yes, you were. Sexy Dave. It was at Billington's in Oldham. And I played some of our jingles, and I played this one. Went down an absolute storm.
It's hot new merch, sexy merch. It's hot new merch. It's sexy, sexy, sexy merch.
Visit weareoldham.co.uk/shop now to see our brand new range of hot, sexy merch.
It's hot new merch, sexy merch. It's hot new merch. It's sexy, sexy, sexy merch.
There you go.
This lady came up to me afterwards. She said, because it's a networking event, like, can I have? I said, let's have a photo with the sexy merch guy. So it's all.
He's not here. He's not here.
Well, I said, well, I do. Dave's not here. And
Did
so
they have to mop I bet they had to mop the floors, didn't they, at Billington's afterwards?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, because I spilt a brew.
Oh yes.
Stuart Young. Who's Stuart Young? Can you put your camera on for a second? Stuart Young.
Get hard.
Oh, Dave, don't do that. That reminds me of. It reminds me of the. Do you remember that bit on Phoenix Nights where they do the intros? Name the tune, name the song, not the artist.
Yeah. Reminds me of the waltzes at Days in Hook, because I used to play it. Yeah. Is Stuart Young got his camera on?
He's not got his camera on. No, I need it. We need to see who's there.
We can't have Bittner part two.
No more Ben Bittners. No. Shall we talk to Ibby?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
All right, Ibby.
Evening, Matt and Sexy Dave. You both okay?
Yeah,
yes,
good,
thank
mate. You? How are you doing? How's the fasting going, mate? All good?
It's going all good. It should end hopefully about Sunday.
Yeah. One of my colleagues at work said he's either Sunday or Monday. He said, so he's not too sure. But yeah. So glad you're doing well with it, mate, and hope you've been okay and stuff.
Yeah, I've been okay. It's been a long day.
Well, listen, it's been a long season as well, Ibby. You were having a bit of a rant, weren't you, the other week? How are you feeling this week?
It's still the same. I'm not getting too much excited. If we beat York City, then I might start to dream. But before that, I'm not dreaming anything. And my option on Mickey Mellon hasn't changed. So that's where we are. But we've had two good results. I thought the partnership of Norwood and Harrod was absolutely brilliant last home game. I could see Norwood with a smile on his face, and he was slightly busy on the pitch for a change.
He seems to need a young lad to have put under his arm, doesn't he? And be the mentor. But I think he likes to play with intelligent players. I think he likes to sort of he fits with certain players more than he fits with other players. But the thing is, Norwood worked really hard, and that's the bare minimum now. We've had whatever you think about Waters. I think Waters' movement's really good. I think he gets into great positions. I think, unfortunately, and he chases the ball down. He works really hard. Unfortunately, when he gets into positions, he doesn't make the most of them enough. But he's not an unintelligent footballer, Billy Waters. His movement's really good. Norwood's movement's very good, but he was matching what you'd expect from Fondop and from Waters with his work rate on Saturday, and he got 90 minutes under his belt. So I think that's really important for us going into this last stage of the season.
Yeah, I fully agree with you, Matt. Let's hope we go on a little good run and see where it takes us.
Wembley.
Are you confident about Saturday, Ibby?
Who do we play on Saturday? Oh, yes, Southend. Sorry.
Yeah.
It will be a difficult game, but I think we can beat anyone on our day. Honestly, Sexy Dave. But we have to take our chances. That's the main thing, and bury them. But Southend are fighting for the playoffs. They're not about. I think they're about 1 point behind Rochdale, who lost 4-0, and it's all in our hands, guys, at the moment. But I'm not getting too much excited because we've been here before. Few bad results, and then Mickey Mellon chance has started again.
Well, it's that stage in the season, Ibby, where we just need everybody to, get behind the players, and it's all about the results. The results are what matter at this stage now. Southend's form coming into this game on Saturday is not dissimilar to ours. They've won 2, drawn 2, and then they lost on Tuesday night against Boston. So their form is similar to ours. We know it's going to be a tough place to go down there. It's up to our lads. We've hit some of the, there are inconsistencies now. Teams are getting beat by teams down the bottom because they're fighting for their lives, and teams are fighting for the playoffs and all that. So it's a really, really interesting stage in the season, but it's all down to our players. Nothing else matters. That their job is to go down there and win the game. I think obviously we can't expect the results to go for us again this weekend. The results have been so kind to us. We have to go and do it. We've got a 3-point cushion over Halifax with a better goal difference. So we should, whatever happens, we should still be in 4th. We've got 6 points on Gateshead. And obviously Rochdale got 2 games in hand, but they're 9 points behind us. So 4th is looking pretty solid for the end, at least for this weekend. So, but we've got to try and get that that 3rd place. Like that's the aim now. We've got to win the games. There can't be any slacking off just because we look like we made the playoffs. We've got to be hitting that form and winning these games.
Well, Rochdale, Gateshead have got Barnet. Forest Green have got Solihull Moors. Ebbsfleet are done against Altrincham. Halifax have got Hartlepool at home. Rochdale have got Aldershot, who've just come off the back of a great win. And York City have got Wealdstone, so Super Alex Reid will do the job there. So hopefully we can get some results again. But it's we're not out the woods yet. 3 more wins, I think that'll be enough for a playoff place.
Yeah, that will be enough, I think. What do you make about last night? Tragedy news near the football ground. Shocking.
What's that?
Sorry.
Oh, the tragedy. That road rage thing.
Yeah. Awful. Apparently, they had a car crash and the guy came out to swap details, but that guy wouldn't come out and rammed him over. But I know the person who did it because well, it's not nice for me to name it, but whatever's coming his way.
No, there was an incident that someone was killed in.
Oh, gee.
So yeah, so that's very sad. But
me.
look, I mean, at the end of the day, it's football. It's not life and death, is it? But as Oldham fans, it's usually pretty grim, isn't it? But look, I mean, I'm happy to be where we are now. A season is a slog, but this is some seasons that we've had to endure have been pretty bloody awful, haven't they? And to be in this, we've had to put up with some shite, haven't we? We really have. And to be here now, at least, regardless, it's not been a classic season. We all know that. We all agree on that. But we are where we need to be at this stage of the season, and we're with a chance. There's a chance that we'll be going to Wembley, and that's we just got to
we can't control it. We've just got to be chilled about it. We've just got to be so chilled and don't worry about
Dave.
it. Yeah, Matt, if we don't win the playoffs, I'm sorry, but Mickey Mellon would have to go because I can't cope with another season of dinosaur football.
I think William Lees has said on the comments the season's usually well and truly over by now. So it's a positive. That let's just enjoy it for what it is now. And if we get in the playoffs, then so be it.
I love this day. I love it. This is great. It's like we can play this back to Dave in a week when he's we get beat on Southend.
It's the Darcy.
Yeah, if we get beat by Southend at the weekend, you'll be losing your shit again, won't you? We're going to fall out in the playoffs. My position all season really has been that not all season, but since we've got into this run of where when we started to drop points and we started to worry that maybe we'd drop out of the playoffs. I thought that in terms of the manager, I thought that if we drop out of the playoffs, then that would be a massive failure because we were in such a good position. That's not going to happen. There's a chance we get promoted. My personal view is that if we get into the playoffs, but we don't go up, and we do we do all right in the playoffs, then the manager stays. He's earned the right to finish out his contract. I don't think there's. That's my view.
With regards to the Wembley, if we play on the Saturday, should we just try and find a pub local to Wembley or in London and just do a Friday football phone-in? Should we do that?
It's on a Sunday, isn't it? The first
Saturday
June,
football phone-in. That'd be amazing if you could shoot.
Yeah, guys, I'm gonna go. Thank you very much for having me on. Let another caller come in.
All right, mate. Cheers,
Thanks,
mate.
Ibs. Take care, mate.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Happy birthday, mate.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. I'm falling asleep.
All right. Cheers, mate. Bye.
That's what the phone-in does to you.
Night, Ibby. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry I'm late.
It's
I'm
all
so
right,
sorry.
Dave. It's all right. The viewers don't mind. Hey. Season usually is well and truly over by now.
Yeah. Do you know what? Actually, you just got it is frustrating.
Oh,
football.
here we go.
Oh.
MS has a mate who runs a pub near Wembley that will host. So that's
good. Shall we do it?
Yeah, well, I'm not. Listen, make one thing perfectly clear: I am not taking podcasting equipment to London on the.
No, we'll just do a live show. We'll just get some microphones, vibe it, and just.
Right, as long as the equipment's provided, I'm not taking any equipment with me. Sod that.
MS, drop us a DM on the Latics Football Phone-in Twitter page, and we will make it happen if we get to Wembley.
Make it happen. Yeah. Right, there's somebody in the chat called Von. I don't know who Von is, and they've gone now. Okay, maybe sometimes people click the link to watch the show rather than actually call in.
Was it Hivon? Hi Von. Bye Von.
No, it was
Ravon.
Move on. Oh, you are on drugs, aren't you? You're finding very things that aren't that funny. You've got a bad knee, haven't you? So you're on pain.
I have.
Ravon. Right, well, we've got our mate up in Scotland is on the line, Tartan Latic, Graham. Let's have a chat with Graham. How do you, mate? You all right?
Yeah, you?
Oh, yeah.
I'm
happy as Larry.
You moved to a Thursday, but because I work a Thursday, I had the Wednesday off.
Look, maybe we'll take a poll at the end of the season or something to find out what night people prefer, but...
I've been shouted at my manager for the last 4 weeks because I've had an earpod in one ear and the phone in the drawer listening quietly when I'm on.
I can't hear or see him. I don't know why, but that's fine.
Can you not?
No.
No, I don't know. You can't hear him.
Well,
Dave can't hear or see you for some reason.
Well, can you hear me?
I'll remove myself and then come back in.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you'll only come back in if I let you in, Dave.
Yes, I've had an earpod in one ear and the phone in the drawer.
I allow you back in, Dave. Is
got
that better?
You now, mate. Yeah, I've got you now, mate. You all right, mate? You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. So I've had an earpod in one ear and the phone in the customer service drawer. So when I have no customers, I've been listening. But my manager's caught me 4 weeks in a row.
Are you in work now?
No, I'm on holiday this week, so I was able to listen. Right. That's what I mean. I just comment on it. I don't really like come into chat because I can't really do it when I'm working.
Yeah.
So I would just slide earpod in, but she comes down and she's like, "Are you listening to that podcast again?" She goes, "Can you watch it repeat?" And I'm like, "But it's not good on repeat when I can watch it live."
That's the spirit.
You tell her. You get that verbal warning and final written warning on.
She caught me the other night as well, watching the Nationwide TV, watching the Oldham game when we won 2-0.
Quality.
Yeah, well,
you don't do anything like emergency services or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? I hope it is.
Yeah.
No, sorry, I'll send the ambulance in a minute. I just want to wear that jingle again.
I'm first aid trained, but we always have a different guy in. So when I'm watching the football, I just go, "Rory, go."
Good stuff.
Well, listen, Graham, are you optimistic now? Are you starting to feel the resurgence in Latics form? Are we going to peak at just the right time?
I said we're going to finish 5th and we're 4th, so I'm over the moon.
Yeah.
Said at the beginning 5th. I only have one issue, just one issue, right? And it's just the fact is like, what do you call it? See the plans. I was watching your Darren Royals interview thing.
Yeah.
Well, at Wembley, it sounds so good what they're up to. But I mean, I think the manager should stay next year. I think we should give him the contract, just see how he does. Because end of the day, last season we finished out the playoffs, didn't we? So this year we're doing quite well. Why rock the boat?
Yeah, look, I mean, he's got a contract to the end of the season next season anyway. And for me, I think that, you look at some of the signings. All right, you can point to some of the signings that haven't worked out. but there's been some good players come through, and
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to doing the squad pod, Dave, when we do that at the end of the season.
Yeah.
I was having a conversation with Andy about whether we should do it before the play, like in the
No.
gap.
Don't
What?
jinx it. Don't jinx it.
And
Do
plus
Wait
not
till
jinx
after
it.
the playoffs.
Everybody's
I'm not-
blaming Darren Royal, but the thing is, remember at the beginning of the season when we spoke to Darren Royal, it was a team effort. There was 3 different departments. They all sat around, discussed transfers, discussed scouting, discussed everything. So
Yeah.
like every week when I'm listening, I'm like hearing people bashing him. The guy brought in Frank to us. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, we wouldn't have had our owner. We would have been still in the shit.
No,
Yeah.
it would have been extinct, mate.
That's what I'm saying. We'd have been playing probably non-league football further down the tiers as a AFC
and
Oldham
now,
or something.
now we're building. And
Yeah.
we're in the right place now. We're in the playoffs, and we're starting to compete because look, winning has not been a habit that we've had at Oldham Athletic for a long time, like a lifetime, basically. So, like we're getting into that habit of winning again. Success is something that breeds success. We've had nothing. We've had absolutely nothing since 1991. We've not won anything since we got to the FA Cup semi-final in 1993, 94. You don't get anything for that. You get to we got to the playoffs in 2003, 4, and 6, 7. You don't get anything for that either. So, like, that is not success. We've not had beating Liverpool in the cup. It's nice to do it, but it's not success. We've not had success. We don't know what it feels like. We've lost it completely. It's not in our psyche.
We won the Isle of Man trophy.
Oh yeah, brilliant.
I mean, I'd love a trip to Wembley. I mean, I've obviously been to the old Wembley in '99 when we played you in the Euros qualifier. Remember?
Yeah,
Big Don Hutchinson scored 1-0, and we were going back up to Hampden thinking we were going to do.
You're going to get cut off in a minute. You're going to get cut off.
Paul scored 2, didn't he? I think he scored 2 to put us out.
Yeah, you must.
I don't know. I mean, we're so used to beating Scotland, we can't remember all the.
No, it was a good game. It was a good game. I mean, but hey, yeah, that's fine. But I would love to have a wee look at the inside of the new Wembley. To be honest with you, the old one was nice.
It's good, man.
I like the arch. The arch looks quite good when it lights up in different colours. I mean, I've only seen it on the TV, but like it looks quite good.
Oh, the Wembley arch, blue and white. Oh God!
I just love the idea of because everybody we get there, and all the fans that are abroad, and everybody's going to come together. Everyone's going to get there, and it's going to be fantastic. So, as and when it happens, look, we're certainly not guaranteed that it's going to happen this season. But if we can get that 3rd place, we've only got to win 1 game to get there. And
no,
how many do you think we'll take to Wembley if we got there?
10, 12,000.
No, I reckon about 20.
30, I reckon.
No, I don't think so. Not in the National League. I think if we got up, if we got up to sort of like the League One playoff or something like that, I think we could take a real big number. But I think in the National League, the lack of success and momentum that the club's had over the last however many years, I think that would affect it. What did we take to Wembley in the Littlewoods Cup final and the FA Cup semi-finals? It was crowd was about 70,000 then, wasn't it? Something like that, 78,000 or something. So probably took about 30,000 then. So look, it doesn't matter. I think the thing is that it's about who we play. Maybe if we played York, that would be decent for a crowd. We could be playing somebody like Forest Green or Gateshead in the final. Gateshead will bring about 1,000 with them, won't they? So
Halifax.
Yeah,
they just want Rochdale in the final just for the bragging rights.
Oh, I don't know.
It'd be nervy, wouldn't it? It'd be proper nervy. That's the thing.
Do you know what?
I mean, I don't think the likes of Rochdale would take more than Rochdale or Halifax 10,000.
500.
I think they'd be pushed. I think they'd be pushed to take 10, wouldn't they?
What, 1,000, 1,000,
1,000, yeah. I think Gateshead would probably take about 5,000 with them. It wouldn't be, you're rattling around in a big stadium, and that could work to our advantage if we can take like 4 times as many fans.
It doesn't sometimes, honestly.
No, solid. Was it solid?
We play Queen's Park up in Scotland, right? And they're allowed to. They use Hampden, right, because they sold Hampden to the SFA. So they use Hampden, right, and we're sitting at the very bottom corner, Hampden, like 300 people, and it's like airy, and you can hear echoes, and
Goodness me.
But it's like,
here's a question: have any fans ever booed their team off at Wembley?
Oh, definitely. England have been booed off, haven't they, against Croatia when Wally and the Brolly?
Yeah.
I liked your game.
Yeah.
Never mind.
They
It's
got
quite.
booed
It was quite a
off.
good game. I mean, I wasn't aiming to watch it, but apparently we have it up here rather than we don't. We have your games instead of our games on the telly, which is. I mean,
Yeah, that's a bit daft.
I know they play the England games and Scotland games on that Viva Play or whatever it is, and you by the time you tune it, pay the money to pay that £20 per match. It's ridiculous.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but no, you look good. I hope. I mean, Wembley. Me and my mate are already talking about coming down for Wembley because we got the belief we'll be there. And I booked every single Sunday off in May just because I don't know what date it is yet.
It's June.
Yeah.
So.
It's June the 1st. June the 1st.
I've got to go back in June the 1st. Okay, that's fine then. I've got lost. I made the mistake with May. Can I have June? No, but
Listen,
yeah, we planned it.
We've just got to get there first. We just got to get there first. But
we'll get there.
Fondub will do it for us because he's on fire this year. And remember at the beginning of the season, I felt bad because I said that he was out of his depth because he was off the pace, and look, he's eating his words.
Look, I mean, it's written in the stars in it. Surely now this season for Fondub to score the winner at Wembley after the season he's had.
Do you remember we played Bamber Bridge and he looked like he were pregnant? Do you remember?
Yeah.
He put a few pounds on that and he was like flipping it, and then he came good again. Can't write off Mikey.
That's what I said at the beginning of the season. I said he looks like he's going to be a flop this year because he's off the pace. And you, Dave, told me to have faith in him because he'll come good. And I says the day he comes good is the day that we get Alex Reid playing up front proper. And you went, nope. Yeah. But I've got to eat my
That's a shame. But hey,
Reid
will be available for the playoffs.
Idea. We chip in for couples therapy for him and Melon. Couples therapy.
What? Look, Sexy Dave therapy. Yeah.
Dave, the mediation by just Sexy Dave Bradley.
Hi, I'm Sexy Dave. Have you thought about mediation? Well, you should.
Can you imagine the look on Mickey Mellon's face if that was
throw a chair
arranged? Yeah. It wouldn't fly, would it?
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, so you're confident then, Graham? We're going to go down Southend and win by how many?
I would take 1-0. I don't care. 1-0 every week.
1-0.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to be a goal.
Do you remember how excited we were? Southend away. They're going under. We've got lunch.
We done that last year and they put 4 by us, remember?
Yeah, 4-0.
We were confident. Exactly. They didn't have any players signed. They were in administration with it all, and we were like, yes, we're stronger. We're strong. And I think it was enough 3-0 at half time and we lost 4-0.
Yeah. Wilson got sent off.
So I'm taking 1-0.
I'll take 1-0. 100%. Graham,
I'll take a draw, me, but I hope we win. I'll take a draw, but yeah, I would take a draw there.
And I watched Barnet the other night as well. Barnet don't look clever. I mean, they're only at the top of the league because teams around about us have been drawn. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's draws, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, and also because they've won they've won 27 of their 39 games.
That's what I'm saying. They're getting over the line. They're doing what we should have done. They're doing 2 up front. They're doing the passing from the midfield. I mean, we've got Rosser now who looks really good.
Yeah, the 2 up front is the key. We should have signed Harrod sooner. And I think Pete Wild did us a major favour on that one, don't you?
It's almost like he's a Latics fan and he wanted us to.
But what about Stones? Is York justified signing him, or has he been a flop? I've not actually paid attention to York.
I don't know if I wouldn't know if he's been a floppy. I mean, he has scored goals, but and you know, it's not like affected them. I don't think too badly. I don't think they were going to win the league anyway. But I think fans maybe there's a bit of a mixed opinion on him. But again, like, you know, he's only a young lad. He's only just signed. You know, he's not like he was just signed for this season, is it? He was signed to, you know, and that's the thing. Like, players do take time to grow into teams and for things to happen. If you sign a talented player, then you know chances are they'll be good for you over a period of time. And yeah, we've got some talented players in our squad now. I think Harrod's a good signing, but from what I've seen, he looks like a good signing. I'm happy with that. And it's funny what a difference a few weeks can make. You were undefeated in 5, going into this final run, and we've got our strikers back, we've got our captain back, and we've big shout out to. What is it? I never seem to say his name. Is it Donaghy, the goalkeeper? Donaghy. He's been absolutely superb, hasn't he?
Donaghy. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think Hudson's going to get straight back in. Like you were saying on your pod earlier in the week when you were doing Latics Mind. He looks too good to. Why change him when we've done the results? That's what you were saying on the pod.
I think Yeah,
I don't think you drop him. I think you keep him in the side.
That's
You keep him in the side now. Absolutely, I think he's
He's
done
better
really
at
well.
crosses. He's better coming for crosses. He commands his box. He's good at shot stopping.
good, yeah.
He's punching out at the crosses. It's just unbelievable.
He looks really
He was
good. But is he on loan or is he ours?
No, we signed until the end of the
Signed to the end
season.
of the season, yeah.
So renew
So
his contract next year then.
We'll see.
we'll see.
We shall
Yeah, we'll
see.
see.
It looks decent, but I mean, yeah, I've
Yeah,
been,
it
like I
does.
say, I've been watching, like I say, without trying to watch it while I'm not getting into trouble with the earpod in. But we've been looking really good.
You've got to take a risk, Graham. You've got to live life on the edge, mate. You've got to live life on the
Oh
edge.
no, but the manager walks away. She shakes her head because she's like, "I at least watch a decent team." Like, shut up, you. She's an Arsenal fan.
That's a fair
bang out
point.
of order. Bang out of order.
Yeah, nice one. Right, well, listen, we've hit the hour. We've hit the hour mark. The hour mark.
How are you? I'm fine.
And I have a request for listening to the podcast next week. Can Dave do Latics Mind? I'm curious to see how he would do.
I've done it already. I got 5.
Oh, did you get 5?
Dave got 5.
Oh, I must have missed that episode.
It was pretty underwhelming, wasn't it?
Excuse me. I think I'm third. I think I'm third in the table for this season, or second. Paddy's the only person who's beat me, and Paddy is a geek.
But did he not win all the time?
They give me really hard questions,
Have you answered? I had one question right.
Go on.
Only one question I had right was the what do you call it? The player we scored the first goal. I got that one right. Other than that, I got nothing.
Yeah, it's not
because
easy.
I've only been a fan for about 6 or 7 years. I've not got the full knowledge from further back.
You're a proper glory hunter, Graham.
Yeah, no, we'd been playing a lot of Football Managers Oldham, and we decided why don't we just watch them proper, see how they do in real life. And you were playing Carlisle that weekend, and me and my mate jumped down, and after that we were hooked. But like I say, I don't have the knowledge going all the way back. I do read stuff. I've been reading lots of stuff to see how good I am. But lately, I'll be honest with you, most weeks I get 1 or 2.
Have you read This Is How It Feels by Mike
Keegan?
Yeah, it's a book. Yeah, it's a book. Yeah, it's out. Really good book. So, Mike, if you're watching, I'll have that royalty commission on that one. But it's a really good book.
Back in the, it was about the glory days.
That's good if it helps me with my knowledge. I'll Google it and get it.
Yeah,
I'll Amazon it later and get it delivered.
Oh.
Yeah, get it.
Dave usually likes the hard ones.
I usually have the hard one.
But like I say, I'm enjoying the pod, like I say. But like I say, on a Thursday night, I'm playing with fire because Amy kind of comes in all the time because she knows what I'm up to. Do you know what I mean?
Well, listen, if you get sacked as a result, we accept no liability or responsibility.
Just say hey. At least it's not porn. That's all you have to say.
No, because she's an Arsenal fan, she doesn't see anything but red and white.
This is better. This is way better than Arsenal TV or whatever it's called, Fan TV. And if you ever get into too much trouble, just put her on the phone to Dave, and he will sort her right out. Won't you, Dave?
I'll give her some soothing tones and persuade her with my baritone voice.
Yeah. We're not our type, sadly.
All right. Well, listen, Dave's powers go beyond. They go beyond.
They don't call me Sexy Dave for nothing.
Nothing. No. Right, cheers, Graham.
Keep up the good work, guys, and
thanks very much, mate. Appreciate
it. Watching it, and
thanks for calling in. Thanks for calling in.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Take care. Bye.
Graham there proving that Oldham Athletic are as addictive as crack. You know, he came down, he watched us, and that was it.
And he's going to get a written and verbal warning, and his boss isn't our type.
No. Well,
or we're her type.
Her type. Anyway. Oh God!
Oh God! I've only been on 15 minutes and I'm off my head.
I know. Well, thanks for joining us, Dave. Anyway, even if it's a bit late, I know that's life. As you've had to take responsibility.
I feel like parties, you know, where Michael goes outside and goes, "I've drawn a helipad for you." It's a small.
Yeah.
But sorry I was late. But again, blame the beaver.
Blame the beaver.
The beavers, my son's at beavers.
Oh,
so
the beavers.
So I had to pick him up. Wife's gone away. Single parent. Horrendous.
Oh God.
Yeah.
So, Dave, what do you reckon on Saturday? Are you confident for Southend away or what?
Do you know what? I just think that it'll be what it'll be, and everyone should just chill out for goodness sake. But I think I'll take a draw. But if we get a win, I'll be delighted. I would be really delighted. What do you think?
5:30 kickoff. Remember, everybody, on Saturday for DAZN. the premier football channel.
DAZN.
DAZN.
Yes. Yeah.
What do I think, Dave? I suspect it's more likely to be a draw than a Latics win. That's my gut feeling, but I hope we win. I hope we win. But
Yeah,
I mean, I just we've got it'd be 4 draws and 2 wins in the last 6 and we need to be picking up wins and we got to chase that 3rd spot. So I hope the lads can.
10 points out of 12 sounds a bit better than 8 points out of 12, doesn't it? So
yeah. So fingers crossed. But yeah, well, let's see.
And so York, you need to tell me what you're doing as well offline about how you're getting there and whatnot. So
Yeah.
It's bank holiday, Matt. It's bank holiday.
Bank holiday Monday. There are trains on that day, aren't they? Yeah,
yeah.
There are trains. Yeah, I don't know yet.
Because we did bank holiday at York last time, didn't we? And you ate, I queued up for 45 minutes for that pie, and you ate half of it, didn't you?
Chicken Balti were lovely.
Well, I wouldn't know.
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, that was we drew 1-1, didn't we? And Hallam Hope scored, and we missed it.
Yeah, because you're eating my pie.
You're eating your pie. Yeah, that was a nice sunny day in York as well, as I remember.
Oh, it was it was a really nice. I was up there with my wife for a birthday, and they said, "Right, birthday's over now. You gotta go." And she drove home.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, getting on the bus and going from the town centre to the stadium and all that.
All the pubs and nice.
Yeah,
ales.
It was a good day. So yeah,
you can stop in Hebden. You can stop in Hebden Bridge as well to transfer to York as well.
That's dangerous though. Stopping in Hebden Bridge, there's always a chance you'll miss your connecting train. We had a good day in Hebden Bridge, didn't we? When we went to Halifax.
It's bank holiday.
Holiday. Yeah, bank holiday Monday. Yeah, so we're getting the train. You've just convinced me. We'll get the train. Absolutely.
We'll sort out times. And if anyone wants to join the sexy train of love with Dave Bradley and Matt Dean, then be our guest.
So what have we got next? We've got Southend on Saturday. What is it after that? Is it the walking game then, isn't it? The following Tuesday.
Got walking, yes.
Yeah. So we don't play the following Wednesday. We've got walking at home. So we've got to win that. Then we've got Hartlepool at home on Good Friday. So 2 home games. So really, we're looking at the next 3 games. I think we need to be getting at least another 7 points out of those 3 games, don't we?
I'm not going to be there on Good Friday because I have I've had to concede on either the Monday or the Friday game. And to be honest, Hartlepool or York away.
Yeah,
in York on bank holiday.
Fair enough. Yeah. So and then we've got the 2 games back to back. Then York and Forest Green. So got to pick up as many points as we can ahead of those 2 games, and then hope that we can get some good results against those as well.
It's exciting, isn't it? Now it's
exciting. Yeah.
I'm just glad we've just got that. I think we've got the monkey off our back, haven't we, with the that win against Halifax because Yeovil away as well.
Yeah.
You're doing that sleep out, aren't you? The night before, aren't you?
Well, I haven't signed up for it, but don't forget you can do the sleep out for Oldham Community Trust. But yeah, that's the day before. I'm not going to Yeovil because I've got a gig on Saturday night. But yeah, I fancied it otherwise. I fancy going down, having some Thatcher's cider in Somerset.
Right there. Oh. Yeah, it's like the wife said, it's either Hartlepool or York. Which one? And I was like, well, you just answered the question. So
yeah, okay, right. So I'm excited. Let's just hope that Latics can match the excitement with results. Yeah, exactly. 7 points from the next 3 games really sets up nicely for Forest Green and York away. I can't wait for York away. I think the atmosphere is going to be absolutely electric, especially
1,500 tickets. It's piss poor, that, isn't it?
I know, but 1,500 on it Latics fans can really make a racket. So,
no, don't get me wrong. It
is crap. Yeah, but to be fair, we've been doing it to other teams, haven't we? Only giving them half the chatty end. The difference between us and them is that we'd sell our tickets anyway. If you give us, 3,000, we'd sell them for York. I think no problem.
Give us 5,000, we'd sell them. I think.
So, right. Well, they're not going to. So, never mind.
I might email them.
Email York City. Send them a firm email. Yeah.
Not too firm. A hard email from Sexy Dave.
And on that bombshell, because we are. I mean, we are just nattering. We're just catching up now, aren't we? We're just chatting. We're just chit chatting.
But we have to look at if we get to Wembley, the Saturday night live show. How good would that be?
From MS's pub, MS's mates pub.
Yeah.
So
Wembley.
MS, get in touch and let us. Let's get on to that.
We could
advance.
make that in a bit of a money spinner, couldn't we?
Yeah, money spinner. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, money.
Yeah,
yes,
no.
money.
I'm sure we won't be able to manage that. But we're in London, the land of money and honey.
And the Tories, they will be back.
Oh, shut up. Right, we are going now. Thanks for getting in touch. Thanks to Millsy for calling in first time.
Yeah, thank you, mate. And sorry for being late.
And Graham. I think that's it. We had the 3 callers this time, didn't we? I think.
Yeah, Von was there and gone.
He's been and Von.
And Mr. Young was
just a
kid.
Another letdown. So yeah. Anyway, hopefully when we get into with the playoffs and stuff, people will start getting excited and want to start phoning in apart because. I mean, from the phoning point of view, really, we just need Latics to lose the next 2 or 3 games, and then it'd be busy again. But I'd rather it be quiet and we were winning games. To be honest.
Oh yeah, how good was that Thursday before the Sunday? That phoning.
Live from Wembley. Well, we would be down there for the Thursday. We'll be down there for all that time, will we?
No, I'm just saying we'll do the Thursday phoning, then the live
well,
show.
We can do it on Wembley Way, can't we? We could just get down there for the whole vibe for a few nights. We'll just crash at Andy's. Fine.
On the Thursday.
Yeah.
It's just me and Matt and some people.
Yeah, me and Dave will go down to Andy's, stay at his house. My phone's going to go in a minute. You can fuck off. It'll be Andy. Right, we're going.
Okay, bye.
Fancy a coffee, Dave?
Hey Dave, did you know that listeners can now buy us a coffee or any other kind of hot beverage? What's your favourite hot beverage, Dave?
A macchiato.
And how do you like your macchiato?
Black with lots of milk. Oh.
No cream?
No.
Well, if you want to buy Dave a
macchiato,
then go to buymeacoffee.com/weareoldham. I'll just have a Nescafe.
Thank you, listeners.